Right.
Rightio. Here we go.
There we go. We're live.
We're lit. We're lit.
We're lit and we're kicking.
We are going. Right. Episode 1.
Sorry?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
This is it.
This is it.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to our podcast. Thank you very much for joining us on episode 1 on our journey of doing this.
As we make shit up and just sort of like, pray for the best.
Pray for the best and see what happens.
See what happens.
Rightio. Okay. Shall we discuss what we've just seen?
What? Yeah, sure.
And then we can discuss the movie that you saw on Monday.
I saw without you, yes.
That you saw without me.
Are you heartbroken? Are you betrayed?
I am betrayed, but I understand why.
Et tu brute?
But I do understand why you did not see it with me, so it's okay.
Okay, well, yeah. So we've just been to see The Barbarian.
No, Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian. Why do I keep adding the?
To be fair, I thought it was Barbarians.
Is it because I want to talk to Conan or something?
Where was Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Where? I want Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, dear. Right. Okay. So
Barbarian.
we've just seen the horror movie.
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
No, the.
To be fair, it had its moments where I was like, it had a couple of jump scares.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
It got you.
It got me. They got me good on that one.
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
one, and I think that was it. I was anticipating it earlier, and then I let my guard down.
Yeah.
So I think that was what happened there.
Yeah. It's not a critique of the film, but it's just like, as I said to you, every character had a case of the Caucasians.
Yes.
Of, there's something weird going there. I'm going to investigate. And you're just sitting there going, don't do it. Don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Like, I don't want to say too much without spoiling the film, but there was so many moments where it was just like, just leave.
Yeah.
Run.
Just pack your shit and go. Oh my god.
Like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so determined to investigate?
Yeah.
Go run.
But then again, we wouldn't have had a movie if they hadn't.
This is true.
But I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time. I was expecting more horror.
Yes.
There were certainly a few laughs, but I think from the review that I mentioned to you earlier, the thing was there's a big tonal shift about partway through, which there was. It kind of, I was like, oh my god, where's this going? But they said there was a few laughs, but they said just don't read up too much about it. Just kind of go in and watch it. And I think that's probably the best way for people to go and watch it, because I think if we kind of knew the kind of things that were happening, I feel like it would have been it would have just spoiled it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I mean, my one critique of it is going to be there were certain moments in it that were so ludicrous.
Yes. Yeah.
It took me out of the film.
Okay.
For a horror film, you want to be on edge, like what the fuck's going to happen. But then when those ludicrous moments happened, of course, the whole cinema erupted into laughter. So it's like,
yeah, but I think that's the problem with modern horrors now, is that a lot of people aren't scared anymore.
Yeah,
because I think that the creature, monster, big evil thing, however you want to describe it without giving it away, isn't necessarily like Pennywise.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not a clown in a suit that shapeshifts.
Yeah.
And I think those kind of things are still more scary in the public eye.
Do you know what I do like about the film? And I will give it actually good praise for this. I've noticed with modern day films, they try to humanize the villains, and they really try to give the villain a backstory.
Yeah.
Whereas, they gave the monster a backstory in this, and it worked. You know.
Yeah.
Where when you get all these spy films and superhero films, and they try and humanize the villain, and the villain's doing this because X, Y, Z, and everything, and it's like, I don't care, just let them be a villain. Whereas this one's going, the monster's doing this because X, Y, Z, and you're kind of like, okay, I'm with it, I'm for it.
Yeah.
And I will give that praise, because it's like, it slightly humanized the monster, made me feel sorry for the monster, but at the same time I was like, yeah, do what you need to do.
You be you.
You be. You go murder those people. Well done.
Give yourself a gold star.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Papa.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. Any other opinions on it?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good cast.
It was a very good cast.
You had Skarsgård, that funny enough played Pennywise, and that's why I chuckled when he said, "I'm not a monster."
Yeah.
And I thought there was a nice little call to the fact that he plays Pennywise.
Yeah.
The lady, I think her last name's Cartwright or something, like the female protagonist.
Yeah.
Good actress.
Very good actress.
I thought she was good. I've seen her in something else, and I can't remember where she's from.
I'm going to do that really annoying thing that my parents always do. I don't know about your parents, but it annoys me when you go, "Oh, I've seen them in something before," and they go, "Oh, lots of things."
Yeah. I've seen her in lots of things too. But what are those things?
To be fair, I've started doing it back to my parents now. They go, "Oh, what have I seen him in?" I was like, "Lots of things." And then they, "No, but I've seen him in something." Yeah, lots of things. Now imagine if they released a film called Lots of Things.
That'd be good.
That would be a mind fuck.
It would be. And then the male actor that you mentioned in the cinema.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you that he was the first guy to play the Night King.
The Night King. I thought you kept saying Lion King, and I was like,
no, the
no.
Night King. But I didn't want to speak too loud. I was like, I
swear you kept saying Lion King, because I was like, Lion King? What? No, he's not James L. Jones.
He's really not.
Really not. I was like, Paddy, you having a stroke? Are you having a brain aneurysm?
No.
And even in the modern day live action, he wouldn't have been in that because he's white. And they cast that all as Native Africans, or of African descent.
James L. Jones reprised his role as Mufasa.
This is true.
So he was just OG.
Yes.
But I mean, for me, that actor was originally, the first thing I remember seeing him in was, I don't know if you ever watched it, but it was the Rock movie with The Rock, Carl Urban, him, and a few others. And it was the Doom movie based on the video game.
No, I didn't watch that.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was critically planned. But I thought it was a good movie. But he played a character called Portman. And that's where I know him from. But whatever he plays, he always plays the seedy, creepy guy.
Yeah.
It just feels like he's typecast.
It's just that moment in Kingsman where he just holds the bottle up and goes, "Rahip, no." That is stuck in my mind like there's no tomorrow.
But that's because he plays the creepy guy.
Yeah,
that's a creepy thing to do, yeah?
That it is.
So, but no, thought it was a good film. Thought it was a very, very good film.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. I think people, without saying any more about it, I think people should go watch it. I think it probably deserves more views than it will probably get.
Yeah.
Because obviously it being an 18, it's limited on who can go watch it. But I think it was a good film.
Yeah.
Now, you wish to discuss.
I don't wish to discuss.
Okay,
Paddy, change the lights to red. I wish to rant.
Okay, where's the controller? We are changing this to red. Right. Okay, Ben's angry. Lights are red. You watched the comedy that just came out.
Rom-com.
Okay, rom-com. The first ever homosexual rom-com called
Bros. Yes.
Now, I saw the trailer and I thought it looked quite funny.
Yes. I will preface it saying those bits were in the film and they were still quite funny.
Cool.
But they were the only funny bits.
Standard.
Yes. So, I'm trying not to get too angry because I don't want to start shouting whilst I'm driving.
Okay.
Don't want to make it look like I've got road rage.
Okay,
Which
especially with the red light.
Especially with the red light.
Be calm.
Be calm. Be critical, but not angry. So, first off, first advert before the cinema is the guy who's written it and produced it and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, because this is the first ever homosexual rom-com, all the adverts you're about to see are going to be like gay, LGBT targeted, or it's going to be of companies who have shown their support for the LGBT community. So instantly you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be preachy. And oh my God, it was so preachy.
Right.
So the main character, he did like in the story, it's not a spoiler, so I don't care, so I'm going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He did a podcast about being gay.
Yep.
And he was also like the managing director of a LGBT history museum. So his life was about being gay.
That was in the trailer.
Yeah. And just every single line he had was about being gay. Right. He had no other personality traits other than being gay.
Okay.
And you know this about me. It annoys me when people use their sexuality as a personality trait. It absolutely annoys me to high heaven when people use a sexuality as a personality trait. I remember once I was chatting to a guy and I was like, oh, we should go do so-and-so. I can't remember what I invited him to do. But his response was, oh, no, I can't do that. I'm gay. And I was like, hang on a fucking second.
Yeah.
Why does being gay stop you from doing anything?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do that. I'm gay. Anyway, so just literally every line of his was about being gay and the strife that he's had of being gay. And firstly, he's a fucking skinny white gay guy, so he's had it fucking easy. So don't give me that bullshit. But it's like, so there's a moment in the film where the love interest admits to the main character that he doesn't like his job. And the main character says, well, what do you want to do? And the love interest says this sappy, like, oh, I want to be a chocolatier. Right. 10, 15 minutes later, they're having a nice time, they're a nice day out, and the main character goes, why don't you quit your job and become this chocolatier? And the love interest goes, I can't do that. I haven't got the confidence. I'm not as confident as you. And then the main character goes on this 5-minute monologue about how he doesn't have confidence. It's just resilience, because all his life people have told him to walk straighter and drop his voice deeper and, you know, stop acting so gay and all this kind of thing. And it was just browbeating upon browbeating upon browbeating. And I was sitting there going, you're supposed to be a rom-com. You're supposed to be light-hearted and funny, and you're not. Yeah. The bits where he was like, when like him and the love interest had fallen out and he went on a few dates and everything with disastrous consequences, traditional rom-com stuff, were great, were hilarious. But it was like few and far between, and it just wasn't funny at all, apart from those moments that they basically used in the trailer. And I'm sorry, but he also complained that a fit, like, 6'3", absolutely jacked guy was interested in him. He's like, oh, why are you interested in me? I'm nothing to look at. And it's like, mate, if I had a 6'3" jacked guy interested in me, I would not be complaining.
Yeah.
I would be singing it from the rooftop going, oh my God, look what I've pulled.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, I was unimpressed, to say the least.
That's a shame, really, because as a heterosexual, I thought it looked amusing, and I thought it would have been a good time. But I think not having seen it, but just hearing those kind of things kind of makes me feel like I'm kind of glad I didn't. Because I feel like I would have been kind of outcasted from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like, especially as, like, if you were to watch like a bog standard rom-com, you would probably still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's about a straight couple or a gay couple.
Yeah.
But if he's just browbeating about the fact that, oh, it's all because I'm gay and I'm this and that and everything else, it just kind of feels like they're trying to pander to our market.
Well, it's like there seems to be this thing nowadays about being seen in media.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't enjoy a piece of media unless I see myself in it.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You don't have to see yourself in a piece of media. You can relate to people in a piece of media.
Exactly.
You can relate to their struggles. You can relate to their beliefs and their virtues and everything like that. But you don't have to see yourself in it. No. And it seems to be that this is the thing, is, as you said, they're pandering to people to see, oh, look, you can see yourself in this film. It's like, I don't have to see myself in a film to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, and so we can turn the lights back to normal colour.
Right.
Rant is over.
Ben's finished ranting, so we'll go back to white.
Come on. You
potentially.
There we go.
There we go. Now we're right. People are going to think we're doing something weird.
Probably, 100%. So yeah, it was not a good film, and it's a real shame. I really wanted to enjoy it. I really wanted to come running home and be like, oh my God, everyone needs to watch this. It's a rom-com, but it's gay and it's hilarious. Yeah. Because a lot of people always go, oh, gay people, they're always so funny.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't. It just wasn't funny. It had funny moments, but everyone gets a good joke here and there every so often.
Even us.
Even us.
We have our moments.
We have our moments. You know, and just it was I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, that line.
Yeah,
that line.
Imagine that in a film critique when you're reading it in the newspaper or whatever. It's like, I'm not angry at the film. I'm just disappointed. Oh, that would cut deep. You know.
Yeah, that is upsetting.
Yeah.
So, but it will also affect more movies like that being made.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't have to pander, but if it doesn't include all audiences, is this Taxi a new driver or is he drunk? He just seems to be like swerving.
He's swerving a little bit, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I just feel like they would.
The problem is
from not kind of doing that.
Yeah.
To ensure that.
What they needed to do is, because it's the first ever homosexual rom-com, they needed to make it a light-hearted, funny film that's not too politically driven or too heavy.
Yeah.
Get the masses in, get the tickets sold.
Yeah.
Once it's made money, the producers will go, oh, this is a money spinner, we can make more. And that's when you make the heavy hitting film.
Yeah, the browbeater one.
But because they've done the first film as the browbeater film, and it hasn't done well across like worldwide box office tickets, is not good.
No.
And it's going to scare producers off. So if someone else comes and goes, I've got a homosexual rom-com script, producers are going to go, there's the door.
Yeah.
You know, and so they've actually shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
By doing that, which is a shame. We move on to bigger and better films.
We hope. Well, we can guarantee that next week we'll have. Next week?
Yep. Next week. Are we doing something next week? Are you free?
I'm trying to work out my. No. Not next week, the week after. That's when we will see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And that will be a good film. I have no doubt.
I shall wait to review.
I know you will.
So, because we went and watched a horror film, let's keep this episode a little bit spooky.
Okay. So it's just been Halloween.
Did you do
anything?
Oh no, I didn't do anything. But you kind of crossed me. I've got something to ask you.
Woo!
Have you ever had a ghostly experience?
Oh. Fucking hell, this is getting deep for the first one. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think I've had a ghostly experience.
Paranormal experience, an experience you can't explain. Come on.
Well, I mean, these gorgeous good looks for one. I can't explain that.
Yeah, you're delusional. Your delusion is unexplained as well.
Okay, okay, right, joke. He's very reflective. No, I mean, I've had a spiritual.
Okay. Tell us about your spiritual experience.
Well, I guess when I was younger, I was quite not a headstrong, but I was quite a serious Christian.
You were?
As you were. As you full well know.
Yeah.
Went to church every Sunday, used to do like extracurricular groups and things like that. And actually, I'll tell you this because I've never told you this before, so we might as well get it out there. I even contemplated being a vicar once.
No, really?
Yeah, it even crossed my mind. I even thought about it. This is when I was getting really deep into it.
And then you met me and I just fucking twisted you.
Oh, no, I already knew this. I already knew this. I won't get too deep because it will get too dark too early.
Okay.
Obviously, what happened with my mother made me lose my religion.
Right,
well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were on like a away day kind of thing, and it was an away weekend, and this was with the God Squad group from high school.
Right.
Yeah. And we had we did Bible study sessions and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then one session we did like a praying session, which was literally we all kind of stood in a circle and we all kind of just prayed and just kind of felt when before you start.
I am trying so hard to be respectful right now.
I know, and I am trying to be respectful to myself because looking back at it, it's stupid. But you did the thing of everybody prayed all that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
people would pray for you if they
Mhm.
felt the need to, and
Mhm.
all that kind of thing. And everybody started getting kind of emotional and all that kind of thing.
Was this the time that Frenchie supposedly spoke in tongues?
Yes.
Because I ripped the shit out of her in Aria.
I'm trying to remember if she was there.
Well, I remember once that we were sitting in Aria and she proudly exclaimed that Christianity was the true religion and God was real because she spoke in tongues, and I was like, I'm sorry, what?
There was a couple of people speaking in tongues.
Okay,
I'm trying to think of these people's like an appropriate nickname. So
Anyway, carry on. So you're in the
I digress. I'll think of nicknames for another day.
Yeah.
So we were just in the group and people started speaking in tongues, and I don't know if it was like I felt I don't know if I felt because I was in that situation or that moment, but I felt like I suddenly become very hot.
Okay.
And obviously, as you very well know, being a former Jehovah's Witnesses, part of Jehovah's Witnesses, there's that story of, there's that proverb of when they were praying for the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit came as upon lights, as a flame upon them. And it was the same, not the same experience. I didn't see a fire above my head, but I suddenly had that burning kind of sensation through me.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it was my body reacting or adrenaline and things like that. But suddenly felt this thing overcome me.
Right.
And I got well emotional, just broke down, started crying.
Uh-huh.
And a couple of people prayed for me and things like that. And then, and then that was that. And we all kind of went off and kind of discussed and regrouped, and girls fixed their makeup and things like that.
Because that's very important to God.
Well, yeah, but when you got makeup running down your face, you're not just going to be like that for the rest of the afternoon.
Does God care about makeup? I don't think he does.
No, but they just wanted to make sure to sort out their makeup.
Yeah.
They don't have to do that. They're entitled.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I've had like a fucking. I've seen like a woman in a white woman walking across the room kind of thing. You know what I mean? But I've had like spiritual experiences. I would never have said that I have. I haven't seen I haven't had a black cat walk past me and then heard knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Like that. Yourself?
Oh, I've had loads.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So where to begin? Which one do I do first? If we go in age, so my first one was I was about 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
My nan and granddad had a cat, and the cat had to be put down. It was it was old and unwell and everything, so it got put down.
Yeah.
And at this time, my nan and granddad's house was just a little tiny bungalow. You had the main bedroom, the side bedroom, and that was it.
Yeah.
And whenever we went up to visit, my brother always got the side bedroom, and I got put in the living room. And that's the room that the cat used to sleep in overnight, if the cat decided to stay in. Sometimes the cat would go out at night time because that's what cats do.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're there about a week or two after the cat's just been put down. I'm in the living room, I'm on the sofa, ready to go sleep, and I feel paw prints walk up my body, and like a weight curl up and settle on my chest.
Right. Okay.
And that's eventually the weight lifted and it passed and everything. But that was my first experience with a sort of a paranormal experience. I can't explain that. I can still to this day remember the feeling of those paws as they walked up my body, like started at my knee, as if the cat jumped up by my feet and walked up my body and then settled on my chest to go to sleep. So that was my first one.
Right.
My second one was, can you remember in my bedroom up at the top of the house, how I had my computer desk in the corner?
Yeah.
I had this office chair that was ridiculously creaky.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Like you sniffed and it creaked. Remember?
Yeah. You walked
So anyway,
past it. And it was,
you walked past it and gave it a funny look, and it would creak.
Like, motherfucker, what?
Yeah. So one night, 3 a.m, and I just hear this as if someone's got onto it, and then I hear as if someone's like fidgeting on it, and I just sit bolt upright look at the chair and go, I'm trying to sleep. Lay back down, and I hear as if someone got off the chair, and then that was it. The chair was silent for the rest of the night.
So basically, what you're telling me is you told off a ghost.
I told a ghost off.
You were like, naughty ghost. I'll get the Ghostbusters.
Hey, the ghost listened. The ghost was like, oh, sorry, my bad.
Sorry.
I was just trying to do your homework for you. Oh, in that case, carry on.
I was just trying to get comfy for the evening.
Yeah, but you're trying to get comfy watching me? No, thank you. And then the other one, I'm not too sure. Well, no, actually, yeah, this one's a real weird one. Paranormal Activity 4 had just come out. I was at uni, and me and some uni mates decided to go see Paranormal Activity 4. And of course, naturally, the film did nothing to me. I just laughed all the way through it because it was all just hilarious bullshit. But anyway, I get back to my studio flat because, of course, as you remember, I lived in a studio all 3 years at uni, so I lived by myself. I opened the door, and the light switch was literally open the door, and it was right to the right of the door. So I opened the door, I reach round, I hit the light switch, the lights don't come on, and I just think, okay, it's not the end of the world. Just get over to the little living room area, walk past your bedroom and everything. Just get to the little living room area and turn the lights on there. So I sprint across the little bedroom area into the living room bit, try and turn the lights on there. The lights don't turn on. I'm like, okay, don't worry, don't panic. Just get into the little kitchen area, little kitchenette, and turn the lights on there. So I get into the kitchen area, try and turn the lights on. The lights don't turn on. And it's like, right, okay. And at this point, my mind is starting to play with me because, of course, I've just gone and seen Paranormal Activity 4. I was like, and my logical brain kicks in as well and goes, no, it's probably just a power cut that you're unaware of because you've been at the cinema. Just come out the room calmly and everything. So I walk back out the room. I leave the door open so I can look into the room, and I decide to call one of my uni mates that I had just been to the cinema with, and because he lived opposite me, in the studio opposite. So I call him and I'm like, mate, I'm freaking that out. None of my lights are turning on. I don't know what's going on. Can you just come, because I thought he was in his room next door, but actually he was at his girlfriend's, so he was nowhere near. But I was like, can you just come and just look at my room for me because something weird is happening? And as I hang up the phone, all the lights turn on. Not only do the lights turn on, the TV turns on, the microwave turns on, the dishwasher starts itself off. Everything turns on.
Okay.
So of course I go around, turning the TV off, turning the microwave off, turning the dishwasher off. I eventually get to sleep that night. It took a while, but I eventually got to sleep that night and didn't think anything of it. The next morning, I was telling my uni mate who lived opposite me about this, and I was like, why didn't you come up when I called you, or why didn't you message saying sorry, I'm at my girlfriend's? And he went, oh, I didn't hear anything. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, when you called, all I could hear was a deep breathing, rattling noise. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it was literally just the other end of the phone. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, no, I thought you just butt dialed me or something. I was like, okay, that's terrifying.
Dear God.
And then the final thing happened at uni was I was in bed, it was 3-4 in the morning, and I could hear a tapping noise outside my window. And this was in first year when I was on the second floor. And of course I was right above the front door of the block of halls, and there was a tree by the front door, so I just thought, oh, maybe it's the branches hitting against my window. So I get out of bed, I go over to the window, open the curtains to see if it is the tree hitting the window, and that's when I realised the tree is too low down to touch my window.
Right.
And I think, okay, it's not a problem. It's obviously not the tree tapping the window. I've obviously imagined it, I've dreamed it, something's gone on. Just go back to bed. So I turn back around to go back to bed, and my duvet is not on my bed. My duvet's in my kitchen. I didn't sleep that night.
Mate, I'm surprised you didn't come back home. I would not fucking stay there. Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, because of course my studio was an L shape where you had your bedroom, the living room, and then the kitchen all in L shape, and the window was in the living room bit at the bottom corner of the L shape. And so my duvet had managed to move from my bed behind me to my kitchen to the left of me, whilst I was looking out the window. And I didn't sleep that night.
That'd be tapping out. I'm going.
Oh, is that you? It was you on the window going, Ben! Ben, get out! So yeah, those are my ghost experiences.
Well, thank you for potentially giving me nightmares tonight.
Oh,
Cheers.
I've got one more. It's not my story, it's my mum's story. And it's
okay.
even worse.
Oh, God.
So, my grandparents went to go buy a wardrobe from a car boot sale. And at the time, my mum was about 4 or 5.
Okay.
And they put this wardrobe they bought at a car boot sale in my mum's room. And after that, my mum started complaining about the creepy guy standing at the end of her bed. And my grandparents, being Jehovah's Witnesses, were like, "There's no such thing as ghosts. There's no such thing as spirits. It's all in your head. Don't worry about it." Anyway, one night, my grandparents have an argument, and my nan decides to sleep in my mum's bedroom with her. Because for some reason, my nan was a very independent person, but she was also a loving housewife. So it's like, I'm not going to kick my husband out to sleep on the sofa. He can have the bedroom, and I'll crash with my daughter. Because that's the logic they had.
Yeah, of course, clearly.
Anyway, she woke up, scary man standing at the end of the bed, and she thought it was my granddad trying to make her laugh and pull a funny joke to get back into her good books. And so she says, "Oh, Harry, knock it off, stop being so ridiculous." And that's when my granddad opens the door and says, "Sorry, did you call me?"
I'd have left.
Safe to say,
so
they burnt that wardrobe, and the creepy man at the end of the bed stopped appearing. And just the hilarious thing is, because they're Jehovah's Witnesses, you ask my mum about it, she goes, "No, it was Satan. It was Satan." It's like, what? It was Satan. Because that's just Jehovah's Witnesses logic. Oh, something bad happened to Satan.
It was the devil. It was Mephisto.
It was Mephisto. And it's beautiful. Something bad happens in the world. Satan.
Satan. To be fair,
no,
it's just like
the
that.
financial crisis. Satan.
Oh, good
So
God.
yeah. So have I given you some lovely nightmares?
Yes, you've potentially scared the shit out of me just before I'm going to go home. So that's
And be alone in your house or by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I suddenly start hearing a tapping on the window of my bedroom, you'll soon get a message saying you need to come pick me up because I'm not staying here.
on a really misty night as well.
Oh, yeah. You really picked the great topic for today, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Dear Lord.
Ghost stories in the mist. So yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for that, Ben.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad that you've done that.
Oh, you're welcome. I enjoyed it. So there we go. I think.
No, tell a lie. I do have a ghost. Well, it's not like me personally.
Yeah.
But
so is it one of these friends of a friend of a friend of a cousin of a sister?
No.
Right.
I work in the hotel.
You
obviously,
do.
And our hotel, the hotel that I work in, is the former home of the Witchfinder General.
It is.
Hopkins. There's people want to stay there because they think they're going to see him and things like that. Some people have said that they've seen ghosts. The only thing that we can't explain is that, and I've done everything to this TV.
Yeah.
But Room 7's TV on the witching hour turns off.
Ooh.
So it has to be turned off at the socket to ensure that it doesn't turn on at night.
Oh, I love it.
That's the only thing, because I've done everything. Because some TVs have a wake up timer and all that kind of thing. I've checked all that. It doesn't do it. It doesn't have a wake up timer and things like that. It just on the witching hour does turn on.
I really hope some ghost hunters listen to this now, and you suddenly just get a flood of bookings requesting room 7.
If they do, they've stalked me because they basically Googled the Witchfinder General's hotel and they found out where I work.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I know of, because I have had to on several occasions for people that are staying more than one night. They've said, "Oh, the TV turns on it," and you have to say, "Oh, yeah, that kind of happens now and again. Just turn it off at the wall before you go to bed." And they're like, "What do you mean?" "Oh, yeah, you have to turn left."
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, they're digging up the road.
Oh, lovely.
Putting some more cables down, I think, for fibre. But anyway, I think that's the end of today. Very much appreciate everybody joining us on today's spooky story, apparently. Thank you all. Any final words, Ben?
Just careful of tapping windows when you don't live near trees.
Or if you go and check out something, make sure you take your duvet with you.
Make sure you take your duvet with you. God, we're turning into Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Always remember your towel.
And on that